All right, and we're back. So to get this started, we're talking about OpenAI. We've been talking about them for a long time and a while. Man, they definitely find their ways back into the mix on a weekly basis. It is astonishing. Oh, no, but for real. So on a real note, OpenAI, I don't know if a lot of you guys remember or not, but they were they had that incident last year in December, I believe, end of November, beginning of December, where they end up letting go or kicking Sam Altman off the board, and then they had to end up bringing him back because they went to Microsoft, all this other stuff. He was going to start his own company, and all this other drama that happened, basically. But they ended up bringing him back, and now they're apparently announcing that him and a few new board members have been added. So we're gonna figure all that out today. And give more details onto what happened, why they exactly decide this choice. I have an idea why they made this decision, but I don't like to assume. So we're gonna see if they give us some more insight and knowledge around this topic. But without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It helps out the algorithm a lot and is very appreciative. But let's dive right in.
We've got some more details in the OpenAI board changes. Let's get back to Steve Kovac for some details. Steve.
Hey there, Melissa. Yeah, OpenAI making it official now, naming several new board members, including Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, is returning to the board. They also issued a summary of the report that looked into his ouster and all the drama around that. But first, let's go over the new board members. The new ones are Dr. Sue Desmond-Hellmann, former CEO of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, also Nicole Seligman, the former EVP and general counsel of Sony, and Fiji Simo, we know her very well. She's the CEO of Instacart, and like I said, Sam Altman. And the other board members are staying there. That's Adam D'Angelo, Larry Summers, and Brett Taylor, the former Salesforce and Facebook or Twitter board member, that is. And then let me go over what happened here in the review. So this was done by the law firm Wilmer Hale over the last several months around the ouster. And some of their findings include that the prior board did have the authority and discretion based on what they called, quote, to mitigate internal management challenges. That's why they fired him. They had the right to do it, but they also found it had nothing to do with product safety or finances or investor relations or anything like that that's been kind of going around. However, they also found that he should not have been fired. They said let me quote here from the release, quote, his conduct did not mandate removal. And also saying that the prior board did not think that their actions were going to cause the upset and turmoil that did. But really very broad here. We don't have the full ins and outs of the investigation. I will also just one more important thing. They are saying they're going to change the governance of OpenAI here. They're not saying exactly how, but they're going to review those guidelines. That, of course, is a major issue, this interesting nonprofit structure they have. So hopefully more details on that to come, Mel.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of let that play out fully just to get all the details and things because one of the major things that I myself have just wondered as far as like companies in general, how are these boards making decisions and things like that? Like, how are these decisions being made? And then also, who are these people on the board? And I don't even know if the prior board, how many of them either left or got kicked off the board because they didn't provide any information about that. But it was weird that whole like kick firing him and things like that across the board. It was did not mean to use that word there, but the firing across the board didn't really make too much sense. And then they ended up bringing Sam back, and I guess those are like some good reasons on why they. I guess they had a legitimate reason for that one specific thing, but all the other stuff, I guess it just didn't even matter. And then you also have um them they didn't even believe he should have gone anywhere to begin with. I honestly think him leaving that little bit of time set OpenAI back a certain amount. Don't know how much it set him back, but it did bring him a little bit back in the race because they had to deal with all that drama and things from from that standpoint. Another thing is I didn't know board members were many CEOs or other board. It's crazy how related a lot of these companies are high up. Like, how what does it take to become a board member? What does it take to uh, how do you say like how are you a CEO of one company and a board member on the other? Like things like that. I've always been curious about how they all tie in with each other and how these people play roles that make those huge decisions. Because I know when you invest in companies, you can vote on certain things depending on how much you're invested in things along that line. But hey, man, that's just what's coming out of here things. But it was a nice short video, and that I really believe it was a good idea to bring Sam back. Having him out was a very bad choice to really start with, and now they have new people. So I'm really curious how these other new members that they didn't name out, how they are going to fare with making decisions as the year goes on. They did say they had four other ones on the board. Now it's a total of I believe 8 people. I think they fully listed out that are on OpenAI's board and going through the day to day with it. So I'm really curious what's going to be going on